If you watched the confirmation hearings yesterday of Kash Patel or Tulsi Gabbard, if you tuned in to any of the Bobby Kennedy Jr. hearings, you got infuriated because the jig is up. They have zero interest in hearing any answers. It's not an advice and consent process. The procedure is totally bogus. Their intent is to rage against Trump's picks. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And they admitted it. And they were all foaming at the mouth. I mean, rabid dogs don't behave this way. From Pocahontas to Bernie railing about the onesies. They lunatics. Sheldon Whitehouse had a contentious back and forth with Kash Patel, who treated them all like a boss. Kash Patel was terrific. Tulsi Gabbard did fine. Bobby Kennedy was great. Yeah, let's rail against the guy who wants to make America healthy. Oh, no, we can't have that. He might be a vaccine skeptic. I heard my buddy Chris DeGaulle this morning out of Philly, our new morning host on Salem Media Group. Many stations around the country heard Chris do a splendid monologue about how Republicans like Susan Collins are brainwashed into thinking that if you exhibit any skepticism about vaccines, you're a nut, you're a lunatic, you ought to be in an institution. That's how Susan Collins and these establishment people think. They're weak people. Democrats are, by and large, weak people. They want to be told how many masks they must wear and how many shots they got to get in their arm. And if you don't go along with that, you're a conspiracy theorist. And Susan Collins is right up there with the rest of them. Surprised Susan Collins doesn't wear a mask in the hearings, like some of them do. Sheldon Whitehouse, check out this exchange. This is with Kash Patel, and this guy demonstrated and proved he doesn't want to hear any response verbally from the FBI nominee. Check this out.
Is that you, Kash Patel, reposting that at the top of that page?
Senator, I had nothing to do with the creation of that meme.
Is that you reposting it was my question.
And that's me at the top.
You said FBI agents were responsible for the violence on January 6th, and I quote you here, beyond a reasonable doubt. Is that what you said?
That's completely incorrect, and I appreciate the opportunity to address that.
I'll give you an opportunity in writing, but this is my time now.
Have at it.
Now, did you hear that? Did you hear that? He asked him a question. Did you say such and so? Thank you for the opportunity to address it. I'd like to answer. He says, I don't want to hear your answer. This is my time. You can send me an email. That's extraordinary. This is not advice and consent. This is garbage. These hearings are a total waste of time. Play it again, Christian, from the beginning. Let me again let you hear this reprehensible, disgusting, unprofessional United States senator who admitted he doesn't want to hear this guy give any answer to any of his questions.
Is that you, Kash Patel, reposting that at the top of that page?
Senator, I had nothing to do with the creation of that meme.
Is that you reposting it was my question.
And that's me at the top.
You said FBI agents were responsible for the violence on January 6th, and I quote you here, beyond a reasonable doubt. Is that what you said?
That's completely incorrect, and I appreciate the opportunity to address that.
I'll give you an opportunity in writing, but this is my time now.
Have at it.
I'll give you an opportunity in writing, but this is my time to talk. Well, hey, dummy, you just asked him the question. Did you say that? He's trying to tell you why it's wrong, and you're not giving him the opportunity to respond. These people are a joke. These people are fools. And any Republican who votes against Kash Patel, any Republican who votes against Tulsi Gabbard, any Republican who votes against Bobby Kennedy, we're going to come after every one of you and primary you. And I'm serious. I am so fired up about this. I'm livid. And for Susan Collins or Lisa Murkowski or Mitch McConnell or John Cornyn or Lindsey Graham or any of them to go along with this obscenity of a hearing and vote these guys down, we're gonna move heaven and earth to get you defeated, because you're a bigger part of the problem than even these despicable Democrats. Let me play for you an exchange that RFK Jr. had with Bernie Sanders. These clowns who are shrieking at Bobby Kennedy about him not trusting Big Pharma and him not going along with vaccines, because that's what you have to do. The equation is, in order to be pro-vaccine, and you could be, look, you want to get 20 shots? Go knock yourself out. Get 20 shots. No one should stop you. No one should shame you. You want to wear a mask? Wear a mask. No one should stop you. No one should shame you. But by the same token, you've got no right to shame any of us who don't want to wear 20 masks or get 20 vaccines. Don't you dare tell us we have to put something into our veins that we don't want to put into our veins. So here was RFK brilliantly exposing the hypocrisy of this rabid socialist senator from Vermont.
I'm going to make America healthier than other countries in the world right now.
Will you guarantee do what every other major country does? That's a simple question.
And by the way, Bernie, the problem of corruption is not just in the federal agencies, it's in Congress too. Almost all the members of this panel are accepting, including yourself, are accepting millions of dollars from the pharmaceutical industry.
Oh, no,
and protecting their interests.
Oh, I thought that would go. No. I ran for president like you. I got millions and millions of contributions. They did not come from the executives, not one nickel of PAC money from the pharmaceutical industry. They came from workers.
In 2020, you were the single largest
because I had
receiver of pharmaceutical money
from workers all over this country. Workers,
you were the
not a nickel from corporate PACs.
You were the single largest acceptor of pharmaceutical dollars.
No, from workers in
1.5 million.
Workers? What are you talking about? And he turned purple. If you're watching on Salem News Channel right now, he literally turns purple at RFK Jr., calling him out for the corrupt, hypocritical liar that he is. Elizabeth Warren, same thing. Tons of money from the pharmaceutical industry. That's why they're pro-vaccine, and I guarantee you there are Republicans like Susan Collins in the same boat. And every single one of these Trump appointees need to be confirmed. And if Republicans turn on Bobby Kennedy Jr. or Tulsi Gabbard or Kash Patel, make no mistake, Americans are paying attention this time. They're not going to get away with it. They're going to get primaried. You're going to lose. We're talking to every single one of these Republicans who decide to get squishy and go along with the Democrats and vote against somebody like Tulsi Gabbard. Now, here was Josh Hawley last night on Fox News sounding the warning signal that Tulsi Gabbard might not pass with a number of Republicans. And he says the reason is very simple. They're against her because she's willing to stand up to the deep state.
As for Tulsi Gabbard, here's her real sin, Jesse, in the eyes of so many of the Washington establishment of both parties. Her sin is she challenged the surveillance state. She told the truth about the government spying on Americans, about the abuses of FISA. She went out there and was honest about it, and for that, she is getting absolutely roasted and persecuted. That's the real issue here, and I hope that Republicans will look at both of these individuals and say, these are truth tellers. These are people who are going to disrupt the status quo, and they're going to get their agencies, the government, back to serving the American people and telling us the truth. Wouldn't that be a refreshing change?
Do your Republican colleagues understand what's going to happen if they vote down Tulsi?
I don't know. And I have to tell you, I'm worried by what I hear from some of my Republican colleagues. I'm worried that her nomination may be in jeopardy. And I'm just worried about what that will mean. It will mean that the reforms that we desperately need in the intelligence space, let's not just pretend everything is fine and dandy and hunky-dory in the intelligence community. It's not. Besides the fact that they have missed major, major issues. I mean, and besides the fact they misled us on COVID, for example, for so long, we need reform to stop the abuse of things like FISA Section 702, stop spying on Americans. I hope Tulsi gets confirmed because we need that kind of reform.
I was surprised that Senator Hawley gave such a diplomatic, polite answer to Jesse Waters' question. I can tell you what's going to happen to them. Ask Liz Cheney what happened to her when she turned against her own constituents. Ask Liz Cheney how that worked out for her when she went up against President Trump the way she did. They gotta go with they have to respect the mandate. And Trump was given a mandate. And Tulsi Gabbard and Bobby Kennedy and Kash Patel, they need to be confirmed. And it's going to come down to the Republicans, not the Democrats. We know they're going to be in unison. They're going to unanimously vote against them. Let's not let the Republicans make the same mistake, any of them.